episode 9. Now, today I'm not going to be doing any specific art project, but rather I'm going to be testing an art kit that I've had for several years. So, this is the art kit that I personally have had for around about 10 years now. As you can see, it has colored pencils and a color chart up here, some drawing pencils, an eraser, a pencil sharpener. It has paintbrushes, watercolor, oil pastels, and even down below, it has crayons as well. So this is my 10-year-old art kit that I have had for, 10 years. So we're going to be testing out all 4 different mediums. All 4 doesn't sound like very many, but we're testing out the 4 different mediums that we have here, whether that be the brushes, the watercolor, the crayons, the oil pastels, or the colored pencils. I have actually used some of these colored pencils in the past. They're okay. But we're going to be swatching all of these colors and seeing how they look so that I can tell you how good the kit is. It's by Art101, which is obvious here on the oil pastel, and it's also on the crayons. So let me grab some testing supplies and then we can get right into it. So the first thing I'm going to be testing is all of these colored pencils right here. So, I have my paper right here, and let's see. I need pencil sharpener, because yes, I have used some of these before, so they will need to be sharpened. Boy, this plastic is hard to get things out of. But this is the pencil sharpener. Then we have one. They have like 2, 4, 6, 8. They have about 24 colors of, colored pencil, which seems to be a good amount. So, let me see. They have 3 reds, 1 orange, 3 yellows, 4 greens, which surprisingly I haven't used, even though that's my favorite color. So there's 4 greens, 3 blues, 2 purples, 1 very hot pink, like 4 browns, it seems like. Yep, 4 browns, then a gray and a black. So, let me see. I'll sharpen these and then I'll do some swatching so that we can see what they look like. And then I'll come back to you guys. As you saw in the time lapse, I have swatched all 24 colors. Because yes, there are 24 colors. It starts with white here, hard to see, yes I know. Then it ends with black, right there-ish. And so, we've got 24 colors. We've got the 3 reds, 1 orange, 3 yellows, 4 greens, 3 blues, 2 purples, a pink, 4 browns, and a gray and a black. All of which seem to be of good quality. The blues, however, are only a little bit lighter than the last, and I realized that the yellows also look pretty similar. This one is darker than this one. This one is the darkest of the blues leading up to the lightest over here on the right, But the best way to see that is eventually whenever I do my best to make art with all of this. So, I guess the next thing we can test is the oil pastels. So, let me give those a swatch test, then you guys will be right back. With another time lapse, I've completed the swatches, that's what it is, the swatches for the oil pastels, which are here. One thing I did notice is that although there are 24 oil pastels as well, they don't actually have as many of the same colors, or rather the exact same colors, as the color pencils. They do have some of the same colors, for instance the reds, the oranges, and this color is the same as this color, but there's a lot more yellows and only 3 greens compared with 4. There's 4 blues and only 1 purple. There's 3 browns, even though this one doesn't look like brown, but otherwise the colors are pretty much the same, and they look good. I noticed, since I don't really do much with oil pastels, that they blend nicely, which is good because I think that's a trait of oil pastels, is that they blend nicely. I don't know, I don't use oil pastels enough. So, now I'll just try the watercolors, of which there is, again, 24. And while I'm doing the watercolors, I'll also do the crayons, of which I'm assuming there are 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Never mind! There's 30 colors for the crayons. But anyways, let me do the watercolor and the crayons, then I'll bring you guys back in and let you see what I've done. I'm going to interrupt right here in the time lapse, and yes, I am interrupting because I don't want the time lapse too long, but I have gone and done all of the watercolor. It actually kind of surprised me, because I don't use watercolor that much. I don't use really much stuff other than paint and colored pencils, but the watercolor was actually really good. As you can see, this is the white, kind of showed up gray. This is the gray. I mean, it is darker, but only barely. Then the rest of these, they actually look good. And when I activated the colors there on the paint palettes, they look good too. This, Royal Purple, is definitely one of my favorites out of all of them. just because of how deep and saturated the color is. This dark green also looks good just because it matches this, but also just because it actually looks good. So now I'll finally move on to my 30 crayon colors. So let me swap those, then we'll go and do some art. So now with the crayons all colored, you can see that there's 30 colors here, with the white showing up, or rather not showing up, again. But this is the range of 30 colors. No, these is the range of 30 colors. That sounds like a pirate. These are the colors of the rainbow. No, these are the 30 colors that we have, and so that is my crayon selection from this art kit. And I did not record a time lapse, mainly because it just looked like I was doing the oil pastels again. So I just decided to skip that. And so now I can actually move on to trying to make some art with this, now that we've seen all of the swatches for all of the colors. So, I have to think of something to make. I think I might make a tree or some other beauty of nature that can be simple and yet also be achieved with a simple kit of art supplies. Also, do you guys like the time lapses more or dislike them? Comment down below on which you would prefer, more time lapses, less time lapses. And make sure to tell everyone your opinion. Just don't fight about it. But now I'm going to create some art without a time lapse, and then I'll let you guys see what the art that I've done is. So I have just finished the watercolor portion of the picture using the art kit. As you can see, it's very floppy because I forgot to use my watercolor paper and just used normal white paper. And I also got a bottom bracket on my teeth right here. So that is why I may sound a little bit less understandable, I guess. That's why I sound a bit more mumbly, I guess. So, after this dries, I'll add the colored pencils from this kit to color in flowers, the path, a nice river, my board across the river, and the two trees, along with finishing out the sky. But with the colored pencils, that will complete this. So let it dry, and then color it, and I'll bring you guys back in. And I have finally finished it. As you can see, I've gotten all of the colored pencil onto my picture, and hopefully it looks a lot better now. We obviously have the two trees, the grass in the background, a river, the little log bridge, some stepping stones in a path, and some flowers. But you can actually tell the flowers now because I added little circles into the colored patches. Then I also shaded the trees. I realized that the paint, the watercolor, if you layer it up too thick, or if you just use the watercolor, it will come off with this chalky substance, and in some areas it even scratched off completely, like here, and here, and here. So, maybe not the best quality of watercolor, but overall the kit seems to be pretty good. And I like the colored pencils because they match the paint almost. And so I got this nice coverage, as you can see. And so this is my picture. And since we've reviewed the art kit, this ends the video. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed and have a wonderful day. Goodbye!